This is the billhook, the billock, and that's what my father called it. And apparently it's a word that doesn't go very far back, but it's also the same people that say that also acknowledge that it goes back to 1611. That is both the bill and the hook. It is because it is semantically aligned with the sort of beak of a bird that bends at the end, a bill. And this is German, a Krumpholz. A Krumpholz. I bought it in Bath. I've been looking, I've been going to all the sort of Sunday antiques fairs and stuff looking for one. I had to buy a new one in Oxford, in a shop in Oxford that sells old-fashioned things, which I'm a big fan of. The shop rather than old-fashioned. Oh no, I do like old-fashioned things. I do also enjoy an electric strimmer, but this is a useful tool. I'm showing you how versatile this is. It can cut both grass, it can cut brambles. I shall treat you as if you're actually here in front of me and hold it handle towards you. I want to show the versatility of it. It can cut grass, it can cut sap, twigs, it can cut brambles, it can cut branches. It can go through branches with 5 or 6 hacks with that sort of width. But even I've cut down a laurel bush where the branch was that thick, the trunk was that thick. It took me about an hour of hacking with this. I should have used a saw. I didn't really have the angle to use a saw. And I was playing with my new toy, but it wasn't really the right job. In a pinch, you can use it like that. But what you do is you slash at a 45-degree angle into this. You hold your stalk there and you go like that. Keep it well away from your hands. This will take your arm off. So you never follow through when you're going towards your own person or any other person. So you will see me just doing gentle hacking like this. And if it's away from me, it can be a big hack, but it's a very versatile tool. There are alternatives, saws, clippers and so on, but this does this can do everything cutting wise you would need on an allotment, I think. If at a pinch, there are easier ways. If you want to cut large areas of grass, you're better off using a strimmer. But if you've just got a couple of paths and only the edges, because walking on the path will suppress the grass, but the edges tend to get long, and you can just go along with. You might have to grip the grass like that. Just go along with. The hook, the actual, I've forgotten the name of it now. Not the scythe, the small scythe, the sickle. The sickle's really good for that. You won't get a bowling green level of cutting. You definitely won't with that either. But it does benefit from a bit of a sharpening. So my plum tree was getting in the way of the carriageway, which is for cars and vans just as much as it is for people. So I trimmed it back with this. It might seem harsh, but this is what it is for. It's known as a hedging tool. Let's talk about the Old English. There's another website that talks about these sort of things and sort of suggests that the word bill has got nothing to do with the bill of a bird. Also suggests it is not, the word hook is actually hack, and the evidence for that is based on looking on the German language. But we speak English here, and even though Old English 1500 years ago is a sister language of German, we have our own words. And a quick look at an Anglo-Saxon dictionary will come up with the words bill, and it also mentions with bill the Latin falchion, which is a curved weapon from Europe. So the curving thing there is with the bill. Hook is Old English for hook is harka. So there may have been some confusion in England, during the medieval period, between the idea of hacking and hooking. Harka becomes hook. Harka is the ancestor of the word hook. So places like Hackpen Hill is the hack part. There's some ambiguity about the pen part, but the hack part is hook, and the hill has a little hook seen from above. So yeah, I'm not convinced that these aren't named because of the shape. They are. They are pretty much. Even if the word hack and hooks got confused in the Middle Ages, they might have done, might not have done. And I'm not saying it can't have been called a hacker in various parts of Britain, but I'm pretty convinced that's a hook. That's a bill hook. This was all grass, so it's been grassed over a bit. It's my responsibility to clear it, so I've done one bed, chopping away the grass and then turning the grass over. Beautiful tilth it produces. The grass does produce good soil, but it's hard work. But over here we've got woodier plants that need hacking away. We need the bill hook to do that. A strimmer wouldn't do it. Yeah, I mean, you could go in there with clippers, secateurs. Secateurs you spend all day doing that. But yeah, all that's got to go, and I've got to turn it into decent beds. I'm missing one beam pole, so I'm going to cut one off this. This is a broom, which is nitrogen fixing shrub. I hoped it would behave when I planted it. It hasn't. It's grown enormous. But I just hack it back with this. So the bill hook, it is a versatile tool. I would think quite circumspectly about how you carry it to the allotment. I don't wander around the streets carrying this. In England, you will be. They will try and throw the book at you, even if you have using a tool is a justifiable reason to have a bladed instrument in England, but it's the justifiable part is you'll have to wait until it's your opportunity to justify it in front of the magistrate. So it is best not to wave it around on your way down to the allotment. It's the same with samurai swords. If you're stopped by the police and you're carrying a samurai sword, they're going to ask, "What are you doing?" And if you don't have a damn good excuse, i.e. you are the sensei of your local dojo, and not just that, you do demonstrations with samurai swords. Going to a dojo is just not good enough. It's the same with carrying a baseball bat. Do you play baseball? If you don't, you shouldn't have it. But anyway, in public. But anyway, yeah, that is a Crumpholz or Crumpholz bill hook.